What really stood out for me, Ross, and as I reflect on it, was the opportunities that the pandemic presented me as a leader. I think that prior to the pandemic, like everybody else, there's always politics, and in making, going to do new things or taking on new initiatives, there's always obstacles that you're confronted with. During the first few months of the pandemic, and indeed in the last year, really there hasn't been the time to consider those obstacles, and sometimes they've just faded into the background. And I think with that it was almost liberating, and you began to really trust yourself, and the team were given the opportunity to trust themselves as we just did what we had to do for the best outcomes for the people that we were working with. And in some ways, that I really felt I flourished, because you really began to just really become the leader that you're supposed to be, without these kind of obstacles that we do face at times. And that has been really, really positive, and I really hope that's kept up going into the future. I think the other thing really around my leadership style was I would have always been an empathic leader. I would believe, and compassionate. And I think I really, really drew on that in the last year. I wasn't just dealing with, that professional, personal boundary that we've always had. And indeed, that was the way it's part of our culture. In some ways, we had to challenge that norm, because this is the first time in our lives where the entire world was impacted on a situation that was just evolving, and it was so unpredictable. We didn't know what way it was going to turn out, and it impacted every aspect of our lives. So as a leader, I had to just really recognize the impact on myself. I have children myself, and I had homeschooling going on, and I had the risk of children running in on team meetings and that. And I was just about to be compassionate to myself and say, well, look, unfortunately that's happened. And to just acknowledge it, but also to allow for that, and also to recognize that I was managing a team of mothers, sons, fathers, husbands, whatever, and everybody was there with their own concerns of their own personal lives going on. And it was really around just acknowledging that, and just recognizing it, and giving people permission that, it's okay not to be okay, but we'll all be here together, and we'll support each other through this. And I really feel our team flourished during the last year. In all the teams that I was leading, there was a sense of flourishing as we supported each other and set that precedence up. So I suppose my style was challenged a little bit, Ross, but I feel overall, I think I really feel that I was able to be the leader that I am during this time.